Great. Starting a new era of the podcast, and we're officially 16 minutes late. Unofficially 45 minutes late. But it's okay. We keep that one off the record.
But it's unofficial.
Exactly. You got to have both. It's important to have distinction. What's good, y'all? What's popping out there? Hello, world. Post-Turkey Day, which is Black Friday, actually. Happy Black Friday. Black. Yeah. Why is it called? Oh, I actually know why. We'll get into that after. But
I'm actually interested. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I know the fringe explanation. Maybe we can look it up if we have the patience, but we'll figure that out. What's up, y'all? It's Tyler on Demand, here to say hi to you. So hello. Feeling good on this Black Friday. We got SMS album dropping that is out on all stores, all platforms. You can find it on my Instagram link in bio at Tyler on Demand 13, or just search up SMS by ETA. Shout out to Alexandre Henri and Emilio the producer. The album's out. Go find it. iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Tidal, SoundCloud, YouTube, all the good works. Phew. That was all in one breath, people.
Yeah.
Gotta fucking take a break. But we also got young Jimmy McMoney here with me on the
Yes,
Zoom.
sir.
Well, not with me, on the Zoom pod.
I'm there in person, in soul.
I don't know, man. We're going to have to figure out how to get out of this Zoom pod era soon. Oh, God, they need a vaccine. Where is it?
Nature of the times, yeah.
Where is it? Yeah, it's just not fun. But what's up, homie? How are you today? How you feeling?
I'm chilling.
You're
I'm
in a
feeling
nicer
pretty
space
tired.
than you're normally in. Where is this new recording
This
space?
is the living room.
Oh,
My
okay.
roommates are still gone, so
Yes.
got the whole place to myself.
Yes, you look like you're an actual studio or like an important interview calling.
I feel free, man. I feel good. Like, no hate against my roommates. I love them.
Yeah.
It's just nice having more space, you know? It's always
to
nice
do
having more
what?
space.
What have you been doing with that extra
live.
space? Oh, okay.
You just
living?
explore it. Yeah, I just walk around
Explore it.
in all the empty space now.
In their rooms?
No,
Oh, okay. Well, what's the new space then?
it's the living room. That's it. It's just I get to have
Okay.
more freedom in it.
Got it. So you go to every nook, like you tuck right
I'll
in.
just stand in the corner, just be like, huh, never
And
stood here
do what?
before.
Yuck. That's fun. And then just
Yuck.
admire it.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yuck. Because I don't imagine you just standing there. I imagine you doing nastier things and all that.
That's because you have a nasty mind, Tyler.
That's true, and I have nasty friends. You among them. So actually, you're probably the least nasty, so that's good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Damn.
I mean, it's not like
That's a-
you're not blowing anybody out of the. Well, you are blowing them out
That's
of the
a
water,
weird
I
list.
guess. Yeah.
Sheesh.
All I'm saying is, it's not like it's not like you won the NBA. It's more like you won Little League, right?
Yeah.
Like the competition is pretty bad. Is all I'm
What's
trying
that
to
say about your friends, man? Who you hanging around?
That they're nasty.
Yikes.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm probably near the nastier side of the list of my friends, but it doesn't matter. Point is, and I'm about to transition into, you only hear two of us. We don't have Emilio today, and the show has to address this, James. It's come to this.
Yep.
Emilio was sick of James being late and said, you know what? I'm just going to fucking ditch it altogether. What is that
Yeah,
face?
whatever.
Yo, your lips are bigger
Be
than I
real,
thought, bro.
Be real. Be
No,
honest.
fine. No. But for real, James is right. So Emilio is no longer going to be joining us on the show, unfortunately. And it was a very amicable split. You know, he's a very dedicated guy, as you always could hear from him when talking about his film on the podcast. And especially with Max and Lorelai finishing and the responsibilities of also just life stacking up, we just came to the conclusion that he couldn't commit the time that we needed for the podcast, especially the direction that we wanted to grow. So we all kind of came to the decision together that it would be best if it was just James and I that ran it. And then Emilio, you might see him on here every once in a while. Who knows?
Probably
Maybe we're
will.
back in person. You might see him on like operating cam or something, but it's going to be just James and I today. Not today, forever. for as long as this lasts.
Eternally.
Yeah, so you better get used to that. And it was very, like I said before, amicable. Like, obviously, we still love Emilio.
Still
Emilio
homies.
loves
That's
us.
our bro.
Bro, I'm going to see him when he comes back into town
Yeah.
in the next few days, So it's totally, there's no worries of, like, ill will or anything like that. It was honestly very mature. Like, I think it was a very mature way to handle it when Emilio called me. And, of course, I was salty boy at first, but that was just me being salty. And then, James and I spoke, and then we all spoke together and just realized that was the best move for not only each one of us, but for the show as well, right? Like, James and I are committed, yo. We want to bring this to higher levels and, like, as far as we can take this. And we both realized that is going to take a lot of work and a lot of dedication and it needing to be pretty high on the priority list. And just Emilio couldn't make it that. And he was honest with us, and I'm glad he was. And obviously very glad for his tenure, let's say, on the show. And just, we've got through 46 episodes and all of we couldn't have gotten here without him. We were a unit. We were three people that were working together to make a great show. And he was as integral part of that as either one of us. So Emilio, thank you, dog. James, is there anything that I missed or you want to clarify or say about the situation?
Sums it up. It's just two paths diverged in different ways, but we're still there with him. He's still there with us.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
sounds like he passed away.
Yeah, I know. In memoriam. That's the title of this episode.
It was very natural. Like, just happens.
It was.
So,
And it's funny because that's one of those things that, like, some of my the podcasts I like listening to, I think, I mean, that we don't need to get specifically, but just the ones that I've kind of like caught on to and then went back to go listen to from the beginning. Two of the ones I really listened to had different co-hosts in the beginning, or at least like one other person that wasn't there, or one person that, you know, was part of the group and left or whatever. And I was just always like, wow, I wonder what that's like on a show, like for that to even happen, like to get a certain amount of time and then you have to find a new dynamic and whatever. It's like, well, here we are. But it's like, it's just interesting to see how it actually does form. And I'm interested to see where this goes. James, I'm very glad that, excuse me, Jesus, that you're as dedicated, you know, to making it what it needs to be, and that I'm as dedicated as making it what it needs to be. And that I really do think this, as you put it to me when I called you later that day, after Emilio called me, you said it doesn't need to be a negative split. It can be positive for everybody in the sense of the show is keeping the people who have it as their top priority, and like then there's no resentment or anything building, and then also all three of us can still do what we care about and still care about each other. Yeah, you know, it's heartfelt. It's sweet. So that's all to say. Yeah, Emilio won't be on the show, at least not regularly, but it's okay. As James said, he's here in spirit.
he is. Always. Right in here.
Oh,
in our
God.
hearts.
Okay. Over that. So, yeah, it is Black Friday, post Thanksgiving, post Turkey Day. Where do we want to start, man? There's a lot of places we could go today. We could
I
go
want
into
to go back
SMS.
to your Black Friday comment. I don't know what Black
Oh,
Friday
yeah. Okay.
the origins are.
I'm gonna have to look it up now because I forgot. But essentially, it was like using black as the term for like, you know, evil and dark, not as in like black skin, but more like black magic. You know what I'm saying? Which already there you could argue, well, which one came first, huh? But you know, that's one of
True.
those things
Yeah.
where I mean, it's not true. Like when
True.
people say black
always
referring to darkness, it's not black. Anyway, hold on. What was I?
It's
just
still a
supposed to
color.
look up? What was I just
but-
supposed to look up?
You're going to look up the reason Black Friday is called
Oh,
Black
that's
Friday.
right. That's right. Hold on. I gotta stand. I'm sitting on the couch today. Black
Nice
Friday.
shirt.
Nice, yeah. Shout out to the Brawlettes. SMS doesn't have, or ETA doesn't have our own merch, so I figured I might as well wear somebody else's. So, shout out to the Brawlettes. Okay, hold on. Oh, dude, come on. I'm going to do a lot of cutting this episode already. This early. Okay, James, fill in the time as I fucking talk, or as I look for it.
If it's coming from what you said, like it's a reference to black magic and evil, then were they saying that Black Friday is evil because of all the consumerism involved and how?
Oh, no. No, I
negative
meant that
people
as,
are?
I was saying that as in, it wasn't, because, you know, I don't know if you know, but there is the sentiment of like, well, why is it called Black Friday, huh? Like, why is it called like black, whatever? And then it's also like, well, first of all, there's a positive connotation to Black Friday. It's deals and consumerism. But I was saying it in the sense of it wasn't referring to black people, but it was used in the same way like black magic is. You
I
know what I'm
see.
saying? You know what I'm
I see,
saying?
I see.
Because it was commemorating some like bad day. Jesus Christ. And like I wish this was already set up. I got upset at James beforehand, and here I am, have nothing set up. But it was coming off like a bad day commemorating. That's why it was called Black Friday. Oh, dude, honestly, you know what it was? That from what I saw was because it was the day that people were coming to shop after Thanksgiving. You know, it's just one of those consumerism return and buy stuff days that it just came from the retail clerks,
the
store
natural
people.
habit, like
The
like
store
people just-
well, they were the ones that would just say, "Oh, it's Black Friday," because it sucks for them. Because it's just people charging into the store.
Oh.
Yeah, we got
I
there. We
see.
got there. Yeah.
wow.
So they're just like, "Oh, it's Black Friday coming up."
So
'Cause
they
it's just
hate
suck
the day. They just,
Yeah,
they
of
fucking
course.
hate it, and they're like, "This is
Maybe
the worst day of the year." But all the consumers are like, "This is the best day of the year."
Yeah, exactly. So that's the
I
duality.
love Black Friday. Okay,
Yeah,
let's hear it.
it's probably this year. It's probably better because I don't think people are rushing into stores. It's mostly online. But
Yeah, I like
still.
this year's Black Friday. It's all online.
Also, so then, what the hell is Cyber Monday? It's just gonna be the same thing, right?
That's what I was wondering. I have no clue.
It's
Same
just
deal,
extended
different day.
sales. I think
Yeah.
it is because most things I've been seeing that send out the emails are like this extends through Cyber Monday. So I
Hmm.
guess it's all connected, which I guess is good. Are you Black Friday shopping?
I did a little bit about a couple games.
What's that? Oh, what games? What games?
Super Mario Party for the Switch.
Oh, Mario Party is always dope, dude.
It's a classic.
I've had those since fucking Nintendo 64. Mario Party
Oh
2.
yeah, man.
That was the shit, Mario Party 2. Oh,
Two.
man. Dude, yeah, no, I'm talking like the beginning. Mario Party 1 looks trash nowadays if you look at it. But Mario Party 2, you can literally go back and play now, and it still feels like you're playing Mario Party 5, 6, 7.
Well, because the games are all different, so it's all the same
which is so
concept
dope.
with different mechanics. It's just a different type of game. Yeah.
How have they not repeated mini games yet? I mean, obviously there are similar like concepts, but I don't feel like I've played the same mini game in any Mario Party. And I've played,
never.
I think, 2, 4, maybe 5, and like 7 or something. Maybe 8, either 7 or 8. Back in the GameCube days. Oh God, yes. Mario Party 4. Oh yeah.
I think the GameCubes were my favorite.
Yeah, they're the best because
They
it
were the
wasn't
best
like
ones.
they weren't trying too hard, but the graphics were good enough that it's like you loved. I mean, it looked amazing. It looked beautiful
Yeah.
for that era, and even still now. And it wasn't like overly, what's
There
the
weren't
word?
like crazy new mechanics that they had to
Yeah.
involve when they did like with the Wii. They had to use motion control ones that were sometimes glitchy, and it was a little fucked up when you lost
Yeah.
those.
That's the
but-
problem with those innovative technologies is you lose some of that like beauty of the simpler shit. But it's like the simpler shit wasn't even bad. It was just simpler. The GameCube
Yep.
controller, classic. Just simple. Mechanics felt good. Whether you're playing Legend of Zelda or fucking, I'm trying to think of another one.
Is that the only game you know on the GameCube?
No, I'm just trying to think of something that's drastically different from it. Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year-Old Door. That's not drastically different. It's actually pretty similar mechanics. But
Metroid.
point is, okay. Well, I mean, that's again similar. I'm trying to think of like a 2D scroller game just because the first one I thought of was like open world 3D, but I can't think of one
Paper
off
Mario,
top.
not that. I thought Paper Mario was 2D.
Not 1,000-Year-Old Door.
Why the hell is it called Paper Mario if it's
Because
not
he's
2D?
still like because it's like it's 2D but in a 3D way, which which makes no sense. But actually, you know what? Have you ever played Super Paper Mario, the one for the Wii?
I have not.
Bruh. So that one's good because you actually have. Okay, so that one's kind of weird because you have like helpers that are little mini fairies and they do like certain powers on the screen. And
Oh, of
one of
course.
them is a way to like it forms a box around you and then it flips you to another dimension. So you're not in 2D anymore. Now you're in 3D. So you traverse the game in both 2D and 3D. And the 1,000-Year-Old Door looks more like the 3D one, so it's not exactly 2D. It's just it is paper though. The characters are paper, so it's like if it turns sideways, it's a quick. It's not. It doesn't have a side. It's like you're looking at Mario straight on like this. But so when he's walking straight, he's walking this way, but like
Yeah.
facing me. Right.
Yes.
So when you turn around, it's like he disappears for a sec, like a piece of paper. Anyway, this is just crazy. The explanation. We don't need to keep talking.
2D in a
that's
3D
good.
world. I get it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel 2D in a 3D world. Oh, shit. Okay, so that's Black Friday. How was your Thanksgiving?
Very nice. Very nice. Cooked big old ham, some mashed potatoes, some corn, sweet potato casserole, some apple pie, and rolls on the side. And that was the first time I had cooked a meal with my partner.
Oh,
Like,
your
well, not the
partner?
first time we cooked a meal, but
Oh,
a
shit.
Thanksgiving meal. Yeah.
Right.
So it was
that
nice.
the ham was the main. Like that was your.
Oh, yeah.
There's no turkey, no chicken. That was your
No,
main.
never turkey.
Never. Why
I'm a never turkey guy. It's too dry. It's way too dry.
You're like the never Trumpers, the never Turkers. That's fucking funny. Yeah, it's too dry. It's like the dark meat tastes like tires. The white
Tires.
meat,
Ugh.
the white
Rubber.
meat tastes like worse chicken. So it's like, why am I really eating this? Dude. I don't even think that. Because at first I thought it's because the only birds they had back then were turkey, right? It's just the beginning of showing up to America. So you don't have chicken. You can't fly in the good shit. You just have shitty turkey. And fowl is what they were called. FOWL. I was actually looking this shit up earlier. And it was like there was accounts of some of the pilgrims sent on fowling missions by their leader or whatever for the actual day of Thanksgiving. Which, you know what? We're going to get into in a sec. Because, I mean, we'll get there in a sec. But point is, there's not even an accurate account that there was even turkey there. Like, that's not confirmed that it was on the menu, but somehow it's just synonymous with it now, which I don't get because it's a far superior bird. We have so many options. We have so many
That's-
options, Jamie.
That's horrible. Why did we develop
That's
that way?
horrible.
That's the worst way to find out that turkey is the main course. If there was a genuine reason, like if turkey was celebrated because maybe a turkey just
A
magically
turkey god.
saved Thanksgiving somehow, then yeah, I'd be like, cool, okay, I get why you're eating a turkey.
Yo, wait, actually, real talk on the turkey. What the fuck? Did you see when Trump was pardoning the turkey?
Yes.
The white thing named corn or whatever? That shit, first of all, that shit looked disgusting. That shit looked like uncooked chicken. Like, that was nasty. It looked like a naked mole rat. It was fucking gross. But what
Turkeys
is
are
that?
ugly.
What is that celebration?
It's a weird celebration.
But what's it for? Like, I couldn't stomach listening to him talk about it all. Like, I just watched the first minute and then skipped to the end, so I don't actually know what it's about. Do you have
I
any
didn't
idea?
even see the video. No, I mean just from elementary school. I'm guessing it was talking about how.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
yeah, you're right.
Could you hear that? That was, sorry, she sneezed.
It was a loud ass.
Just going based off of elementary school, I'm guessing it's discussing the ways that pilgrims and Indians were able to mend their.
Indians.
Oh, sorry,
Look at
Native
James.
Americans.
Look at
Just scratch that.
James. So fucking.
Hold on, let me close the door too.
James is filling his PC agenda. They're about to drop you, James. Careful.
Anyways, that's how they taught it in elementary school. So
No, of course, that's true. They were wrong, not us.
They were wrong. Yeah, exactly. Pilgrims and Native Americans mending their differences and bonding over the magical meat.
But
that
what
is
does
turkey.
pardoning the turkey do? Like, what?
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I
what
have
crime
nothing.
are we pardoning it of? What the fuck did the turkey do?
Oh, they
We're
get
the
to
ones that are
survive
eating
the.
it.
I think it's they get to survive the slaughter that happens every year of their kind.
You're the chosen one.
They're the chosen ones. Yeah, they put them in a freaking hotel or something while they were waiting to be pardoned. There was a
That's
picture
ridiculous.
of just a turkey in a hotel room.
And they just breed that turkey for, I guess, specifically that occasion. Like, at what time of the year are you like, okay, this is the turkey that's going to be the one we choose to pardon? Or is that from the beginning? Like, is that like some genetic lottery you just need to hit as a turkey? Or are we like breeding them, bro? Turkey breeding sounds like a dangerous business. Sounds gross. Maybe that's how we got so many around here, dude. I think I told you the other day, but I was literally just walking down a side street off of Commonwealth Avenue. So, like, for people who don't live in Boston, it's not a like quiet place. Like, this is not the suburbs, it's not the woods, whatever. And side street right off the main road, and there's just 3 fucking turkeys walking across the sidewalk and like on someone's lawn, and like nothing's happening. Like, they're
Casually.
people.
Yeah, like they're part of the community.
They didn't even look at me. Like, they're just like, get out of here. So maybe they weren't part of the community. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
let's
they're
ignore
like,
that
hey,
color.
man,
Yeah.
They tried not to make eye contact.
Yeah, I didn't have the do-rag on, so it's like they weren't like, call the cops.
Yeah, that happens often in Boston. It's kind
Or
of
they
weird.
call the
like,
cops?
oh well,
On
that
the
and
do-rags?
turkeys walking around randomly. Because when I was living on
I don't get it,
Hillside
dude.
in that area, I walked outside of my apartment one time to go to Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
And I head down the stairs, and when I get to the bottom, my neighbor is just standing outside, and he's looking at this turkey chilling in the middle of the street.
It's ridiculous.
And I look, and I have no idea what to say, but I turn to him, and he looks at me, and he goes, "Turkey!" And that's it. In one word,
Gobble,
summed
gobble.
up everything that I needed to know. And I was like, all right, yeah, turkey. And I kept walking.
That's the other crazy part about whenever I've seen these turkeys, because I've seen these multiple times, by the way, around in the same area. But there's never been anybody else around for me to like make eye contact with, to be like, does anybody else say this? Like, am
To
I just
share in
imagining it?
the ludicrous nature
It's-
of the event.
It's like, did everybody turn into a turkey but me? You know, there's always a moment where I'm just like, did I enter turkey world by accident and I just somehow survived? Because then I'm the weirdo. Then I'm the weird anomaly. Like, ew, get that non-bird mammalian out
Look,
the
that
fuck
guy's still
here.
a human. He hasn't transformed yet.
Blech. He doesn't have, wrinkly testicles hanging from his neck. Get him out of here.
A goblet? A giblet? What is that thing called?
I have no idea. I hope it's not a goblet because you drink out of those. Glug, glug, glug. Come here, turkey. That sounded turkey.
That was actually pretty good, yeah.
Dude, these things look diseased when they get close to you. First of all, they look like they haven't slept in 100 years. They look like they've been out in the sun for 200 years. And then they're just plump, like they've been eaten for 3. It's like, come on, you have to be able to work it off somehow. Birds have weird bodies now that I think about it.
Uh-huh.
Real weird plump shit.
Yeah, and we looked at that and we were like, I'm going to eat that.
Well,
Yeah, I'm going to eat that
it's
shit.
not the only plump thing we say. Yo, I'm going to eat that shit.
I thought we were supposed to keep it PG, man. PG
Since
13
when?
at least.
Since when? Now that Emilio's gone and Grandpa Guido, Papa Guides.
Oh,
now
yeah,
it's
he's not
getting
here
nuts.
to shame us.
Yeah, our dad isn't here anymore. Now we can have real fun. To shame us.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's true. His disapproving look did always make me feel like, oh, we can't get too raunchy, huh?
That was all we needed to stop.
It's all right. Like I said, it's a new chapter. It's a new chapter. Yeah, fuck turkeys, dude. I don't really, like, I don't, we can. Maybe that's the name of this episode. Fuck turkeys.
Yeah, fuck turkeys.
They're just stupid and they're just useless. Fuck
They
that.
are, yeah.
Fuck that. Okay, I have to pee really quick, but we're not taking a break. I just need to pee, and then we're gonna come back and explain Thanksgiving.
Explain Thanksgiving. Jesus. Yep. Quick side note for everybody who's listening. I know things are tough in the world for a lot of people. It feels like, even though we've been in it for almost a year now, it doesn't seem to get a little easier. But you're not going through it alone. Everyone's going through it, I think. And you just got to keep strong and be there for the people that you can be there for. We'll see if Tyler keeps that.
All right, so Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. All right, Jesus, I cannot speak.
You're going to have some sound bites of me just chewing pecans.
Yeah, chew them away from the mic. Distance yourself as you listen. Okay, so obviously with Thanksgiving, obviously there's the also controversy part that usually comes up around it that talks about the natives, that talks about how the history and story of Thanksgiving is really like overtelling or over writing the like violent histories that have happened between natives and pilgrims, and then like the history of all that. I'm not here to deny any of that. In fact, I'm here to say yes. In fact, all that shit did happen, and it should be further spoken about, and it should be further highlighted. Just want to make that clear. The other thing I want to make clear, and this is why it's important to take in opinions from other sides that you don't agree with or that you don't normally encounter, because I'll shout out Steven Crowder, and that might get some people upset if they know who he is that live in this area, because he's one of those conservatives that people don't like to listen to and like to throw things at. Have you ever heard of Change My Mind on YouTube? You seen that guy or the meme?
I think I've seen the meme. Is that the one where he's just sitting at the desk and he's like, change my mind?
Something, change my mind. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually really like that segment. I think it's really fucking good. But the point is, so I first like was hearing about this from him, and then I further went on to look into it. But the actual day of Thanksgiving is a real day, right? Like, that's not fake. It was in 1621, and it's documented by Edward, what the fuck? I actually have it here. The chronicler, who was one of the pilgrims on the original Mayflower, Edward Winslow, and like also Governor William Bradford, who was also like their leader. There's a lot of things chronicled about this day actually happening, right? So I guess my overall thesis, if this is a paper, before like I actually talk about what I was reading here, is that the actual day of Thanksgiving is real. Like, it really was a celebration between pilgrims and the Wampanoag tribe specifically, if we're talking about specific Native American tribes. And like, I don't think that should be erased from history. Like, that was a real thing that people from vastly different places actually did come together on something like joyous and like, you know, all this bullshit that it is part of. And so my issue is people that conflate that day with what came afterward, with what came like after it, which, like I said, was a bunch of nasty things that honestly probably didn't involve the original people at the original Thanksgiving. Because like, if you go throughout like a lot of the dark Native American history, a lot of it is from when I say a lot of it, I'm not an expert, but a lot of it I noticed was like 1650 onwards, right? And so you have to think the original Thanksgiving happened in about 1621 from the original settlers off the Mayflower. Half of those people died through the winter when they arrived. They arrived in the like Plymouth area. It was a harsh, nasty winter, and like they barely came off the boats because it's like you die of exposure, right? Or there's no such thing as houses in central heating back then, right? So you just stay in the boat, and half of them died from scurvy, exposure, like gangrene, all this nasty shit. Spring comes. The rest of them come out onto the land, and they're greeted by like a native tribe that is speaking in English, that actually spoke English to them, right? And it was like greeting them, hey, what's good? And apparently it's because you heard of Squanto. Does that name ring a bell from all the stories of that you may have been told of like Thanksgiving and original Native Americans?
A very, very faint bell.
Same, right? Same. So apparently this guy Squanto was a Native American who was like, he was sold, like captured and sold by British people, like as a slave by British people in London, right? Before he eventually was able to make his way back. And he had picked up methods of like cultivating corn and like all these different types of agricultural means that the British, or like the English, I guess as we know them at this time, you know, the Londoners, knew, and like also was starting to like teach English and, you know, helping the tribe there, right? With actually bringing back these practices. So that's how they kind of already knew English, right?
Cool.
And so this original date is, hold on, I have the name right here, is recorded as between, like, you mentioned the guy Governor William Bradford and chronicler Edward Winslow, and they were greeted by that day that I said when they came off of their boat in the spring by one of the tribes of the Wampanoag, and I'm just trying to find his name right now because it's very key to the name of the state that we live in. Mayflower left Plymouth. Hold on. It's right here. Sorry, I'm finding it. All right, Command F. Come on. Okay, hold up. I'm just going to read this part of the... this is from that guy I mentioned, Edward Winslow, the guy who chronicled it. And this is like one of the famous excerpts of this time that they have. It says, our harvest being gotten in, our governor sent 4 men on fowling, that so we might after a special manner rejoice together after we had gathered the fruits of our labor. They 4 in one day killed as much fowl as with a little help beside, served the company almost a week, at which time, amongst other recreation, we exercised our arms, many of the Indians coming amongst us, and amongst the rest their greatest king, Massasoit, with some 90 men, whom for 3 days we entertained and feasted, and they went out and killed 5 deer, which they brought to the plantation and bestowed on our governor, and upon the captain and others. And although it be not always so plentiful as it was at this time with us, yet by the goodness of God we are so far from want that we often wish you partakers of our plenty. Now that's very long and long-winded, right? They didn't really use periods, a lot of commas there. But basically, a lot of commas. But basically this guy's saying that they were sent out to go capture the, the birds, the fowling mission. And then they came back and were practicing, their arms, whatever, like, I guess, like guns. I guess that's just what you did. You had gun exercises, and that was the fun thing.
Popping them off.
Yeah, exactly. And they're saying the natives were there. They were with them, like mingling and chilling. And then their king, Massasoit, does that sound familiar? As Massachusetts?
Sounds like Massachusetts.
And where's Plymouth? In Massachusetts, right?
Whoa.
So it sounds like, okay, look, there's some historical, like, what's it called? Reverberations here that we're talking about. It's being corroborated. And that's to say, so it's like this guy was here with his 90 people, and they came and they partied and they feasted for 3 days, right? So this is all to say, once again, the original day of Thanksgiving and the original message that's like promoted behind it is real. It's based off like an actual historical event. And then also the violence and all that shit that has happened to Native Americans throughout the history of this country is also real. Mm-hmm. But I think it's important to make the distinguishment and to like highlight that this is actually a real thing, because it shows that that wasn't the only thing that was happening throughout the history, and that there actually was genuine efforts to be together, and not only efforts, successful, like coming together and celebrating. So it shows it's possible. Even
so there's
amongst the time
positive context to the holiday.
And not only that, it shows it's possible that like people were able to come together in these times. It wasn't all this disgusting history. Like people were able to not know anything about each other, and through the grace of just wanting to be kind and take care of each other, they actually did. So I just think it's like, it's not, I think Thanksgiving is one of those things where it's cool to like discredit, and it's cool to be part of like, and then it's also conflated with Columbus and shit, which is not even the same people that where Thanksgiving is talking about. Those aren't the Pilgrims from the Mayflower. Columbus is totally different, right? So it's just like, I don't like that conflation, but it's all to say that's all you ever hear about in this time of year, which again, it's not wrong to highlight the history of oppression that's happened to Native Americans in this country. I think it's wrong to say that Thanksgiving is inherently this evil, disgusting, racist, colonizer thing when it's actually based on an event that's not that. So saying that and saying all these things about it isn't wrong, but then not talking about the other shit in a different context, I think, is also wrong to not talk about it.
Well, and I feel like for the most part, like, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving because of the Pilgrims. I celebrate it because my family has always gotten together on that day and eaten food. You know, it's always been about my family connecting again.
Right.
So I do wonder, like, how many people actually celebrate it based off of the original context of what the holiday meant. And I think those people who usually bring it up are challenging the way it's educated in school.
Yes.
Because that's when it kind of got conflated with Columbus and everything. I think that's how it all got mixed up, because all that education happened at the same time.
They fucked it up again. They were wrong, not us. Okay.
It's always them. It's always their fault.
Dude, it's true. And it's like you said, though, but you just said it. The reason why you celebrate it isn't because of the Pilgrims or whatever. You celebrate it because it's when your family and people you love getting together and like being able to celebrate coming together. And that's exactly what the original event is based off of, right? And normally I'm not a holidays guy, period, like the concept, but we don't need to go down that route. Nobody ever agrees with me on that, but it's okay. it's all right. But the point is to say, I don't think we should totally discredit and demolish something that actually is an allotted time to celebrate. And I also think it's one of those things where it's like, hate America, bash on America, and people just like to jump on that bandwagon, and Thanksgiving's one of them. But they don't actually know this information. Like I said, I didn't know this information really till honestly pretty recently. And then I had to go and actually look it up and do some research. And I just think people just jump on it because it's like, yeah, I have to. And I don't actually know what's going on because I chose not to think or do the work for myself. So I can't speak out against anybody because then I'll be like ostracized from the tribe. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't fuck with that tribe that decides to sit in misinformation. And that's
were you on Twitter last night? Is that where this is coming from?
Oh god, I'm sure I was, but I mean no, it was mostly Instagram that I saw the. Well, that's good, and it's funny that you bring that up though, because all the things that I was seeing was like Thanksgiving is a day of of massacre and disgusting or like racism and blah blah blah, and then like 1621 is the day of mourning, whatever, and then immediately the next set of information will be since 1650 or since 1670, blah, blah. It's like, okay, but that's 50 and 70 years from the date that we were just talking about. So it's like, and that's what I'm saying, like putting that whole time frame and marking it to the actual day that's real, I don't think is right. Those two things should be separated, right? Because then it should be like, okay, what actually went wrong? Because guess what? And that would instill hope in me if I learned that the first time people met each other for the first time, they actually wanted to like learn and were interested and cared about each other, rather than thinking, if I meet a stranger, they're gonna kill me, right? Because and then that bleeds into just that type of teaching bleeds into your consciousness on a daily basis, right? So it's like these small, and it's not small, but these individual things we can do to kind of unravel that collective fear.
Yeah, but I think that stems from us trying to put all this information about the colonial era into Thanksgiving, and that's why, at least the videos I've seen of like Native Americans being talking about the past of Thanksgiving have been just talking about the violence that came after, because it hasn't been talked about enough in previous discussions about Thanksgiving.
Yes, and I agree with that, and that's why the actual Native American voices need to be highlighted. Everything I see is through the white interpreter, through the white savior, dude. Through these, honestly, it's white liberals. That's who it is. I'm sorry. Like, that's just, those are the people who love to feel bad on your behalf or love to tell you what you should be feeling bad about. And it's like, you don't know shit. Like, if I don't think this is true, and and this is not me specifically I'm talking about, but it's like, you're speaking from a position that you don't actually experience these things in life. I don't understand how you could be so authoritative and it's because it's so like, I think there's a few things, honestly. We could deep dive into this, and some are conscious and some are not conscious. But I think there's one, the open wanting to combat against the opposition, which if we talk about contemporary context, is like Trump supporters or white conservatives, right? Or the system, white male patriarchy, which again, I'm not saying none of these things exist, but these are like I think, targeted things that they are then using pawns in the game against that, which is blacks, Mexicans, like Chinese, Muslims, anybody, all of these things that you've heard about, this outrage against, I would say specifically against Trump over the past like four or some years, right? And again, I have to clarify, that's not saying he didn't do bad things. I'm talking about the overreaction over misinformation that I'm discussing.
The way I see, because I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I relate it more towards like celebrities saying these kinds of things. Like people who have profited from the things that they're attacking are the ones that are trying to be the loudest against it, but then not actually doing any action behind it.
Yes,
that's the thing.
But we also have to think of profit not in terms of money, because all these people that you see reposting it and doing it on like Twitter and Instagram, likes and retweets and views is profit. Like, people do that because they want to feel like they're accepted and want to feel like everybody sees I agree, right? Everybody sees I'm a good person, right? Where it's like, that's what they care about more than the truth.
Yeah.
Where I guess I just don't, right? And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I don't. And
what's the other option, right? Like, they start not supporting that and they support the other side, so they get profit from that side instead. They have to choose one or the other, I think.
Right, and it's like, just choose the truth, and then you don't have, and then there's no profit motive, and then there's no like, I don't have to question you. I don't have to do any of that. And there is another like day where it actually became officially the American holiday, and that was by Abraham Lincoln in 1863 during the Civil War, like the height of the Civil War, and it was supposed to be built off of the same ideals that the original Thanksgiving was. It was a moment to be like, oh, maybe this is something I can bring America together on, like, instead of us fighting and killing each other. Here, I'm going to make this a national holiday of thanks and gratefulness and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I don't know if that is
while these people are
helped.
killing each other.
Right.
He's like, yo, let's start being thankful for some things around here.
Well, because before that, Thanksgiving was already kind of practiced in all the individual places, but it was all on different days. Nobody did it at the same time. So it's like, okay, we already have this idea of a holiday that's centered around gratitude and being one with each other and coming together. Maybe now, if I make that a national holiday, I can instill that to everybody at the same time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So then it starts to become this, oh, it's a collective. And that's what we have now, which
Yeah.
is this probably what you've mentioned, the conflation of the education of like Columbus and Thanksgiving and all this shit to this time of year. Why is that? Is that because Columbus Day is around this time of year? I don't even know when it
Maybe,
is,
I don't know.
bro.
But
When the
November
fuck's
has always
Columbus Day?
been like Pilgrims, Columbus for
Right.
me.
But it's like, why? Columbus wasn't a pilgrim.
That's like a whole
at
100 years
all.
you're trying to put into one one day. Yeah.
You're
But
right,
you can't. I
dude.
guess. I guess it's kind of hard to teach kids that like there were a lot of good things and a lot of bad things that happened during that time.
Yeah.
How do
I guess
you?
the problem is they try to sugarcoat it only.
Yeah.
You know, like they're not honest about it. Where it's also like, I think that's a fundamental, I guess, problem of our education system is this concentrating matters to like certain parts of the year. So that's like, not only do we only focus on it on certain parts of the year, think of like Black History Month, right? Or even shit like this. Excuse me. Every time we get there, every time of the year, everyone's forgotten what they learned about last year. So we have to just reteach the same things, which is just the basis of information. So it's like if it was part of actual history and part of actual general curriculum, we could build on that. You're familiar with the foundation and the basics, so we could actually dive deeper. And I just think that's something they don't try to do. Like you said, they try to consolidate and push all that shit all into one. And I don't know, man. I just don't like when, like, I feel like agendas are being served and information is purposely, maybe not even purposely, but people don't do the research because they just accept what they're told instead of going to find out, and then don't look for things outside of what they believe, whether that's a conscious decision or not. I'm sure a lot of us consciously go towards things that we agree with, right? It's an active fight to like think outside of your thoughts, if that even, like that concept seems abstract, but I really think that's something that people need to do. I think it would honestly help not only America but the world at large. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying, bro?
I hear you. I hear you.
That's my Thanksgiving.
That's what this show
right?
is, ain't it?
What is
Giving
it?
perspectives.
Tell them.
Giving perspectives through discussion.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. Oh, hold on.
And today's it's fuck turkey, but not fucks Thanksgiving.
I agree. It's fuck turkey, but not Thanksgiving. I think that might be the new title, actually. Fuck turkey, but not Thanksgiving. Shout out Emilio. Yeah.
Shout him out.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
boy.
That's the only one he gets. The boy. Our guy. Okay. Another quick break because I just got a text that I need to answer. But then let's transition over to SMS. Guys, my album came out.
You got a text
Oh
and
my
now you want to
God.
transition to SMS.
Whoa. Segways. Let's go. Natural segues. I'm sure we'll insert one of the songs right here. So now go listen to the rest on Apple Music and Spotify.
I actually listened to the whole thing right before
Oh, you
we
did?
hopped on this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sick. James got questions, bro. Oh, what's going on? I don't know. I'm getting a call. Sorry, one sec.
You got
I
it.
don't know who this is.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Fight me, grind me like high key. Fiery, hiney, she might be feisty. I like it, cry me, Mind of lying, I'm dying. Why you spying on my feature? Keeping time, keep what's mine. Yeah. Red wine, blood and slime. Yeah. I'm in my prime. Yeah. Why you lying? Yeah. This how it's supposed to be. Yeah. My soul is mine to keep. Yeah. Fight me, grind me like high key. Fiery, hiney, she might be feisty. I like it, cry me, yeah. Find me, grind me like high key. Fiery, hiney, she might be feisty. I like it, yeah. Cry me, yeah. Say all in my head, cause and effect. One after other, it cause and effect. Rock with my brothers, I'm repping the set. Y'all will be better protecting your neck. Pop on the beat with the heat, make it sweat. I shoot my shot and it go through the net. Switching the pot, I just caught me a batch. Throwing the bait for the deadliest catch. Yeah, I take him to task. Got him like sucker and succotash. And to be ducking my other rap. Y'all are the stupid I thought in the past. Grinding my dreams, coming in hot like the fire team. I got the shine to be blinding. Find me, I kick with a fine team. Vazi, I need eyes, they be red but my mind green. Why is you wasting my time, B? Thought that I left you behind me. Wanna be my favorite timepiece. Can't time these if you want peace. You want war that won't cease. All these angels with demon knees. Find me, grind me, like high key. Fiery, hiney, she might be feisty. I like it. Cry me, find me, grind me, like high key. Fiery, hiney, she might be feisty. I like it. Cry me,
Where them headies at? All right, and we back in it.
We back.
We back in it. So yeah, SMS album by ETA, me, Alexandre Henri, Emilio the producer is out now. You can check it on all of the DSPs, YouTube, SoundCloud included. I'll put a link at the end of this episode. James did tell me what's up?
What does SMS stand for?
SMS stands for SIMPS Make Slaps.
Oh,
that is
cool.
yeah. And oh man. And originally we wanted that to be the title and put it in all caps, but I mean DistroKid wouldn't let us. What the fuck, DistroKid? Like, let's fix that. Apparently we were supposed to be able to do all caps and all lowercase titles, but they stopped it. But yeah, okay, we might as well start there. It is called Simps Make Slaps, and that kind of vibe behind it is definitely we were so me, Alex.
How did you get there, man? How did you get to?
I know,
Simps?
it's just crazy.
I get the make slaps parts, but what about the Simps part?
It's crazy, man. So me, Alex, and Emil, we had spent basically a few months over the summer just hitting the studio. And this album is kind of a culmination of that summer. And there'd be a lot of times because we just treat it like hanging out and making music because that's what it was. So that's what we like to do, right? And Alex is kind of new to the fold. Emil and I had been working for the year so far up until that point. So there was still an aspect of getting to know each other and trying to bond through making music. So there were a lot of conversations just happened, a lot of stories shared, a lot of girl troubles and girl adventures shared as well. And we kind of came to the conclusion that we were all simps and that we were all along that make of a simp, if you're familiar with the meme behind it. It got very popular right when we started making that name, so I don't really know what that's all about. And Drake is still on our fire with Certified Lover Boy, so maybe it's good we changed it to SMS. But we realized, like, yeah, okay, so like our lyrics were kind of simpy sometimes, but like we said them cool. And like we kind of were able to get away with it. Yo, don't tilt your head like that. And we were able to. Yo, Alex says fiery hiney in Crimea.
Yeah,
and he got away with that.
Yeah, I pause every time I hear that. I'm like,
pause.
What did this man just say?
And we didn't even notice that till like I don't even think till after the first mix. I didn't even realize he said that. And then Emil sent it over. I'm just like, Alex, did you really just say fucking fiery hiney? How you get away with that shit? But yeah, so there were a lot of those type of bars, and we realized like, yo, this is kind of simpy, but it slaps. And then at some point, someone just said, yo, Simps Make Slaps, all right? And then that became the title, and so that's how we got there. So I guess we are. I mean, it's both an acceptance and also a memification of simp, which is already kind of a meme. But a lot of it is analysis of like what a simp is. Where if that's a lot. That's another deep dive, which maybe we can get to. But did you have another question?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, let's do it.
So you mentioned that you kind of see this as a concept album, right?
Yeah.
Did that influence the development of like the track list and how you put them in?
Yeah. So I don't know at what point along the line we decided, yo, let's make an album, or yo, we've got an album here. Because like I said, it was just a summer of us getting together and making a lot of music. So this 10 is not even all of the 10. That it's 10-track album that we made.
Oh, does that mean there's a deluxe album coming out?
Wow. Probably not. Those will just be in the vault forever, I guess. But yeah, some of them definitely. Emil doesn't like his voice on mic usually.
So he was on more. He was on more than he was before?
Mm-hmm.
That's
out
pretty
Punta
cool.
Cana. If they
Yeah.
listen to this, they know what song that is. That one I really wanted on the tape, and it was spicy between me and Emil when he said we couldn't do it. I was
Dude,
like,
you just
I was
gotta leak it,
contesting.
man. You just
I
gotta,
might.
just got to.
It's unmixed, but I might. I might. Who cares? But yeah, so we didn't go into it thinking, okay, this is gonna be the order. We need an intro. We need this. Blah blah blah. We just made a bunch of songs, and after listening to some of them, we are like, yo, there's kind of a natural story here already. There's kind of already a progression that we see from the intro track I do to the outro track Rafters, and we're like, okay, and like those are the two we started with. Like I do felt like an intro, and then also Rafters felt like a little outro backpack rap bop shit. And we're like, there's something here, and then we kind of crafted the track list as we went. And I think it went through 3 or 4 different iterations before we got to the final one, but the story was thought of, and like the compilation and arranging was thought of afterwards, after we made all the music. And again, I think that just came from we were having all those conversations in the studio that often would translate right into whatever song we made that day. So wherever we were at that day, it's just what we put in the music, and then realize, oh shit, we're telling our story right now. And it's like it is a microcosm of the grander stories that we are telling, and then also shit that's happened in our life. So it kind of fell into place naturally, which is cool.
Dude, that's so dope that you could meet two people and just somehow create a story naturally. Naturally is the
Just
interesting
click.
part. That shit's interesting. Like that,
I don't-
that doesn't happen.
Sorry. And I don't know, I still don't know how. Like I don't know how the formula came together that, and it's not like, I mean, I think we're all good at what we do and we're great people, but I don't think we're that like extravagantly different that it's like only, you know, if I found it's just somehow it came together and we were all just, I think open-mindedness in creating and then also speaking to each
probably
other
that.
helped. I think that helps because then you realize that, I think we all already realize that to get the greatest ideas, you need to incorporate a lot of them and you need to incorporate a lot of different stuff. And every song you hear, it's not like they all started that way. How it turned
Right.
out. Some of them started in different arrangements. Some of them may have started with another verse on it or not even a hook on it or something, and then we put them together at later. And again, that just came from being willing to listening to the ideas and willing to listen to each other and realize that there was a point where I think we got over, and it was said out loud at some point that, no comment or criticism is made as a personal slight. Like it's just what we think would make the song better, or it's only about the music. There's nothing personal about it. And once that was like kind of established and said out loud, it was like, okay, this is dope. So now it's like you can take the comment from someone without feeling like you're slighted. It's just like, okay, let me actually take a step back and think, what are they coming with? Did they think of something that I didn't see? Did they think of something that I didn't realize? And that happened a few times between all of us, and like all of us making comments on each other and just making the best song and being able to come up with SMS, which is an album we're all very proud of and very happy with. It is the best music all of us think we've made so far. So it
Wow.
definitely worked.
Yeah, that's sick.
It worked, bro.
Yeah.
Go listen to it. You'll hear. Yeah. What's your favorite? You
I
got a favorite?
actually, so I was about to say that I like No More the most. I thought
Nice
it was
and emotional.
your intro specifically to your verse. It was different. It was different than anything you've ever done. It's like
Some
spoken word. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I mean, shout out to Dorchester Art Project. I'm pretty sure that was shortly after, or not shortly after, but an amount of time after being there. And that night that I had performed there was a lot of spoken word people, and I got like super inspired by just watching them. I was like, whoa, I've never actually experienced this live from like people who are actually good at it, and that's their main craft. And it just kind of inspired, well, maybe I could try that on a track sometime. I think of
Yeah.
like Wale in the beginning of Diced Pineapples, where it's just him like talking and
Yeah.
giving off this like poetry. And I was just like, let me try that shit, dude. Let me try that shit. And for some reason, we were just in a melancholy, nostalgic mood. I think that was one of the couple of nights that we actually went live on Instagram when we were just cooking up, and we made like 3 or 4 songs that night, and No More just happened to be one of them. And I think actually, if you go to Emil's page, at Emil the Producer, you'll see a video from his perspective where I think we're recording Crimea, but then I think we're recording No More later in that clip as well. So if you want to see it, there's a pretty cool moment that we've spoken about a couple times that Alex was just kind of strumming the main guitar loop and pattern that you hear in No More, and Emil was sitting at the desk and just turned around to him and said, yo, you married to that? And then Alex was like, yeah. He said, dope. Here. And gives him the aux cord and just plugs it right in. Alex lays down that little guitar, and then like some subtle drums start coming in, and we're just like boom, boom, like the kind of heartbeat type of drums you hear from it. The keys and synths get played, and then I was just like, yo, let me just like write some shit. Let me
vibing.
write.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, let me
this
write
shit
some
feels
shit.
good.
It feels cool with no drums. I was like, let me just write this little intro, and shout out to Emil. He denies that he said this, but he didn't even think there should be a rap or should be like a portion for me originally when we were making it. And I was like, yo, Tim, shut the fuck up, right? Like, you better put those drums down, dude. And we were on live when he said this. I'm like, Tim, don't disrespect me when people are fucking listening. Are you kidding?
You trying to rap to this right now?
Yeah, he's like, dude, I don't even know if there should be like a rap verse on this. And yeah, I got angry at that. He also, by the way, suggested that to Red Wine when we had shout out Michaela, and then whoopsie, Michael Cole's there. There was some point where we were making it, and because originally we were trying to like have her come in, like, yo, we can do something around you and maybe we'll feature or whatever, and of course ended up being our song. We took over.
Oops.
But yeah, oops, because she's more of a singer-songwriter type as well, more like Alex. So Emilio had thrown out there, he's like, oh, there doesn't even need to be a rap verse on it or a rap part. I'm just like, Tim, yo, again, what the fuck? How are you gonna keep disrespecting me in front of people? Like, I gotta be able to show my talent. So eventually we got there, which is good. That was one of those times where it was
there was
like,
rap
okay.
on every song then, right? Like,
oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
I rap on every song, right?
yeah,
Come on.
he's telling a rapper not to rap on a track.
For real. How are you gonna make drums and a loop and expect me not to rap? To expect me not to do something? But that's why it was cool, because that song did get me to challenge it's like the writing ability, because that was not rapping really. It did rhyme, but it wasn't exactly a flow the same way you do over, a 4/4 beat and some drum loops. It was really feeling it. And I just like to rhyme in my words when I write them down generally. So I kind of got on that, but it really felt like I was moving through it rather than writing it, which a lot of times that's kind of how it feels. And it was cool.
A little more fluid.
Yeah. And just
that's awesome.
like shapeless, there was no rigidity to it or structure to it. It was just let it out.
Yeah. A lot of those songs sound like, when I listen to them, I'd be like, yeah, this would be dope in concert. This would be dope live. Did you ever think of while you're writing this? Because you said you wrote it during the summer, right? So
yeah,
was there part of you that was kind of hoping that pandemic would be done when this drops, you could go just start doing concerts?
Yeah, man. Of course, I was definitely thinking about that, because that was also something that Alex and I had spoken about more, because he's done more shows than I have in the past, and he was just
Alex has? That's
yeah,
cool.
and he was just telling me about stories he's done about shows and like why he loves them and different settings he's been in. I was like, dude, that's so sick. Like, we could so do that with this. And a lot of the times, I'm sure that influenced both of us, whether subtly or actively. I can't think of a time that I actively said, yo, let's write this so it can be performed. But for example, when we made Crimea, obviously, this one's a banger. So it's like, yo, this one's got to be something you can bang out there in public. And like, I need to lay bars that people can repeat. That could even be like a call and response type of thing. Like, I did start thinking about that. And I do remember, I can't remember who I originally heard say it. It may have been Reason, if you know Reason from TDE. I think he was on the Joe Budden podcast, and he was saying that Kendrick told him one time about writing your songs with the performance in mind, right? So basically, like what you were saying. So sometimes there was times where he did that, and whether it's something like that or write a song with whatever in mind, like the setting in mind, because I never really did that. I just did, where does my mind take me and where did the lyrics take me, not necessarily where I would play this. And it's like I could figure that out later, but with that in mind, I do think it started to make some more wholesome songs that fit a vibe and fit a mood more, because you just have it in mind.
Well, I think in some cases, those live concerts are where you develop like diehard fans. Like, if you create an environment and a sound that makes someone resonate with it emotionally during that time when they're watching you perform, they'll be connected to you like forever. Forever.
Yeah, and that's why this pandemic sucks, because I really feel like we could have been out there with this album, and that you came to the one show at the art gallery. I was really feeling like I was hitting the stride, like, this could be a thing. Dude, I'm finding it. And it's like, I just need to do more. And I was ready. And then, COVID comes. And then
the thing is, when it's done, there's going to be a lot of people that want to go out.
Let's go.
A lot more concerts probably happen.
Simps make slaps. Simps make slaps. Dude, I'm telling y'all, if we are able to get that in a venue, that shit's going to go up. I imagine Crimea, fucking Skip to My Lou, dude. I do. Cynthia, ooh, everybody come to the dance floor. Oh, God, that would be so good. James, that'd be so good. I need to find real life Cynthia. Shout out to Esther who's playing her, but I need to find real life Cynthia. Yeah. Oh, shit. What else you got for me, Mr. Interviewer, man?
Yeah.
If it's nothing, it's okay. Let's call Alex and see what he thinks about it.
Let's call some people. Let's get
his reaction to the drop. We'll just get a quick call. I'm supposed to see him after this, but we started late, lol. I told him, yo, maybe after like 4:30. I mean, it is after 4:30, but yeah. Let's see. Hopefully he answers. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, sick. Hopefully he answers. What the fuck? He should be expecting me.
What else could he be doing? He's probably gonna answer mad as shit.
Yeah. Where the fuck you at, bro? He's probably doing whatever you do in all that open space in your living room.
Just staring at corners.
Uh-huh. That's it. With a dumb
Oh,
scap
you think
on.
he's doing that?
Yuck, I hope not. Come on, bro. How you not gonna answer? Oh?
Please leave your message.
Oh, boo. Okay, hold on. Let's try
Shoot
Tim.
for Tim.
Yeah. He'll answer upset just for nothing. It's like, oh, the sun came
God
up
damn
today.
it. What's
Yeah,
up?
fuck. Come on. We can't be 0 for 2 on calling guests. That's not a good look.
Your call has been
Yo.
forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
These are my group mates, and they're not answering my calls. That's bad, dude. Watch, I know they're going to call after we're done, but it's okay. Maybe some other time. Well, actually, there is going to be a... Oh, he said, what's up? Hold on.
Who said that, Tim?
Yeah. He said, what's up? Hold on. I got some great text bubbles. Oh, he said he'll call back in 10 minutes-ish. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, call back. He'll call. So we got to keep this going for 10 more minutes. Or
Not too hard.
we pause. Yeah. It's not too hard, lol. Yeah, dude, we're filming tomorrow, though, for SMS. Speaking of that, what's up? We're on to the next
The
set.
movie, the other aspect of it.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's I keep forgetting that nobody knows about that. Like, it's just us. But
Well,
it's,
I don't know if you've been wanting to tell people. That's why I didn't bring it up.
No, it's fine. It's no,
Okay.
we can tell people definitely. It's just it's so funny because we've been so focused on it that I'm just like, yeah, of course this is everything, of course. And I keep thinking, oh, when the album drops, the movie's gonna be done, and then I'm like, no, no, kid, oh no,
Probably
kid.
not.
Shout out to Dreamer. I was telling him about it, and he's like, oh shit, so are they both coming out at the same time? Like that's dope. I was like,
Nope.
no, maybe wait like 6 more months or something like that, and then it'll be done. Well, what were we gonna bring up
Well,
about it? Nice.
How did
You got
the story translate onto film for you? Like, were you going for like a direct translation from your album onto the film? Or were
Yeah.
you trying to interpret it in a different way? Like, what is the album supposed to be experienced differently through film than it is
Right.
audio based?
I think it will because we inherit, and I do think it is based off of the story of the album because there was the natural story in it that we noticed we could make a movie off of, but then also, as you know, the movie is going to have the music videos in it, so it's going to be transitioning from narrative and dialogue scenes to music video. So there's definitely, like, a lot of the times we were thinking of the music video first and then building the scene around it, right? And so that there was extrapolation in terms of, I mean, obviously we got to fill up some narrative, what the hell, right? But we did take the characters, quote unquote, of the album, which are him and I, and then think, okay, what would a day in their life be throughout these songs? Because to me, the album, in terms of the film, takes the place over like maybe like 2 weeks, right? A week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. So we had to figure out, okay, what's going on? The album's only 30 minutes, right? Album's only 27 minutes. By the way, people, it's very digestible. 10 tracks, 27 minutes, very listenable. You
Listen
should
to
check
it
it
right
out.
before I hopped on this call. You could do it. Too.
And has replay value. Find something new every time. But so that's to say, I don't think there's too much extrapolation needed because it was like this is actually based off actual story, not only again the album, but our lives as well. So there's not too much cushion, and there isn't too much like fluffing. Pretty much everything that's said has been said. I mean, from my side, I can say that has been said in life. And whether that's the date with Cynthia and the dialogue that'll be there, or whether it's me and Alex talking to each other in life or in the studio in these different scenes, and the characters took shape in a more, I'm trying to think of what the word is, because it's not cartoony and it's also not a caricature. It's just, it's like it has to be embodied totally to the album. Like me in life does not, I don't totally embody who I am on the album every moment of life. You know what I'm saying? Like the album is a snapshot of moods that I have been in or moods that I am in at certain times. I'm not those things always all at once. But the film, the character is all those things all at once. And we had to figure out where do we display those things in these scenes, and where can we figure out at what points they need to highlight what. And sometimes that coincides with the songs and the themes of the album. Sometimes it's an Easter egg planted 20 minutes before the song that actually talks about it, right? Or or vice versa. So they kind of, I want to say they built off each other, but the album was done before the film. So the film
Right.
definitely built off the album, and then we seasoned it up here and there. But it's gonna be dope, man. It's just gonna suck to edit. It's just gonna
It
be
always
trash.
sucks to edit.
I know, but it's so much.
It's the last hill that you got to climb, but when it's done, man,
true. I'm about
it's
to
so
quit the
fun playing it.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The day it comes out is gonna be amazing. I can't wait. That's gonna
Are
be.
you gonna have a
fucking
big
dope.
premiere? Oh, are you gonna?
Yeah.
You
Well, I
gonna show
have
it in
to.
a
I'd
movie
love to.
theater? Oh.
I would love to. I'll have to get some tips from our premiere man himself, Emilio, and like get his connects on the theater. But that would be sick, and I would love that and make it kind of again. Shout out to Dreamer. I was talking to him, and he said something like an album not released, obviously because it's already
Listening
been out.
party,
but
like a-
yeah, exactly, like listening
Like the
party. Then we
Kanye
go
one
watch
with the Life of Pablo.
Let's go. James is thinking, baby. We got venue ideas. Venues just hit us. Don't these sound dope? Oh, who's working on the vaccine? Pfizer. Hurry it the
Pfizer,
fuck up.
come on, man.
Hurry
Pop
the
that thing out.
fuck up.
Give it to
Them
us
and
free.
Moderna.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
Pretty
get
sure.
it free?
I don't know. Don't
Bro,
think
if
so.
we don't get it free, that's fucked up.
That's dumb as shit, right?
It's so fucked up.
We deserve it after all this shit.
It's so fucked up. Because even the tests, and I think we spoke about this maybe like last week or something, but the tests around here, or at least around where I live, are $160. So if you went in and couldn't afford it that day, you just risk going home and infecting people because you couldn't afford it.
Yep.
What?
Yep. And then they get mad at you, like, where are you infecting people? Where are you going out?
Yeah,
I went to go get tested, bro.
Because one, you shut down my job, so I don't have income, so now I can't get a test, and you're not paying fucking what's it called? Pandemic checks.
Yeah,
so
stimulus
what
checks.
am I supposed to do? Yeah, give me some of those, man. Biden, I didn't
need
see that
those,
on his
hey.
plan. All I heard was he's gonna form a team. Well, I didn't hear a financial team.
need the-
yeah.
I need the monetary value from that.
Bro, this fucking hellhole of a time it's been to apply for a job is because of Corona. So I need some compensation. Compensation, man. Look at me, an entitled 20-year-old. I ain't got a family, a mortgage, and nothing to worry about. But I got
Hey, man,
bills. I
we're
got
inheriting the world of our older generations, and they fucked it up.
bills.
For us,
Wow.
man.
That's true. That's the real fucking bill we have to pay is the environment.
I
The
wasn't even thinking about
environmental
that,
bill
but
is fucking
now
long.
we
Oh,
are.
what were you thinking of? Like patriarchy?
just well, I guess the
Yeah.
government system that we have.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of.
I mean, it's still the world of our parents and our forefathers because the fucking one of the third president of the United States is coming in. Like, that guy's old as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That is still, we might as well be in 1776.
Yeah.
The fuck's up with
He's
that?
got the same white wig, right?
And he would have to buy that, man. He grew that all natural. All fucking natural. I did have to say, last time I saw him, though, it looked slick back and it looked cool. But he just looked so old. And even though he was, for most of the questions, he was answering fine, everything was fine. But even now, a little slip up is like, old,
Oh,
right?
We're gonna roast him.
Because he just
Like the
looks
same way
it.
they roasted Trump on everything he said. The media is
Oh,
gonna do
yeah.
the same shit against Biden.
Oh, yeah. But probably less of the, like CNN, MSNBC, like most of the
Yeah.
more popular probably won't. I know Fox News definitely will, but we definitely will. Maybe not as much as the establishment. Hold
I'm
on,
gonna
I'm
roast his
getting a phone
ass. Yeah.
call. I'm getting a phone call real quick. I know, what a bitch. What were we talking about?
Older generations. But I want to mention how fun it was working on a movie that was music based because I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, tell me. I think you mentioned it
It's-
a little on the last pod, but like we didn't get into it. So what did you mean by
Yeah.
that?
It's a nice blend of structure and experimenting. That's what I liked. I liked being able to flip sides. One was much more subtle and like transitions, and you had to know which way you were gonna turn the camera. But when it came to the music video, I was acting like I was drunk. I was like,
Bro,
moving, just,
you're
like, stumbling
nuts.
with the actors and stuff.
You were laying on the ground, like doing the worm. Like, I was like, James, how are you doing this? It was incredible. Speaking of that, go to James' Instagram where his first picture is him laying on the ground of a bathroom.
Yes, sir. It defines
Nasty.
my career.
Dirty. Oh, God. Your caption said it's like pre-COVID, or like this is pre-COVID. I'm just like, it's still filthy, James.
Yeah.
It's still a bathroom
Life was
floor.
dirtier back then, man.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and you didn't realize it was dirtier. You just accepted it.
Whoa, that's true. We were part of the dirt, so it was cool. Now
Dude,
we're
there's
like
a comment.
hyper-cleanly.
There's a comment on that Instagram from my friend back home.
Oh, man.
That is just fun. It's funny as shit. He goes, boy filming Ant-Man.
Fucking Paul Rudd is on the other side of the camera. That's funny as hell. Yeah, the extra zoom. It did have a pretty. I had a good lens
It
on
was
it.
a big lens aimed at the ground.
Also, wait, yeah. So what the hell were you filming? Were you filming
Yeah,
people's
so
legs
it was
under
no,
a
I was
stall?
actually filming David Shekel. He was on the other side. which
His
is
legs?
no, I wasn't filming his legs. He was on the floor with me.
What the fuck is going
Yeah,
on?
he was dedicated to the craft. Yeah, so it was David Shekel on the other side. We were filming a little short where he played a character feeling paranoid after accidentally knocking himself out and waking up in the restroom, having no idea what's going on, but there's sirens, text from his friends saying there's shit going on outside, stay inside, and then the sounds of a very scary stomping right outside the door. It's going up on my YouTube soon, so check it out.
Shout out to David Shekel. That sounds like a great idea, James. Happy punch-ins, everybody. Where did I just put my phone? Okay, we're gonna call Emil back, see if that works.
Got it.
Fucking bitch. Fucking bitch. He did say 10-ish, but I'm just gonna bother him with another call. I know he's not a busy man anymore. He told us he said he's gonna charge us now for mixing and mastering. God damn.
Your call has been forwarded.
Yo.
Wow.
Bro, I'm gonna fuck him up. Verbally.
Wow, wow, wow.
We're trying Alex again. If it doesn't work, we're just gonna wrap. Unless you had anything you wanted to talk about. Ah, he said still busy. But he said I got you, I promise. I don't want to wait for him.
Yeah.
Come on, Alex. Save us. Yo, he actually needs to answer. I'm supposed to go over there. So, like, I just need to know he's alive. At least. At least, bro. Come on, slut.
Please leave your message for 5
Tragic.
Fuck him. Fuck ETA.
Know your real
Fuck
friends,
SMS.
man.
Yeah, don't go stream the album.
Here
Fuck
you
that.
are promoting, and they're
Look at that.
What are they doing? Lollygagging around.
Oh, man, what a piss. Hold on, let me see if he can come on, like, right now. No, sick of playing these games. I'm about done. About done. That's an underrated Jack Harlow song. Out front. That's a good one.
I was listening to Jack Harlow back in 2015.
Oh, James, Mr. Hipster on the scene. And knew all the hottest rappers in 2015.
I
Wait,
listened to all these rappers when they were trash.
yeah, when they were children. Oh, shit, we got a call back. Hello, is this Alexandre Henri?
Yeah, hey, what's up?
What's
Hello.
up? You are live on Rabbit Hole Sessions. He can't hear you, James, because my
That's all right. I'm
headphones
gonna
are in.
pretend like you can, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
it's okay. James
Hey,
can hear
what's
you,
up?
but you can't hear him. But we wanted to say, hey, congratulations on the album release. We were talking about it a bit, and just wanted to get your quick reaction. How's the feedback been? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, people really like it, and so that's it's awesome. Yeah. How do you guys like it?
James is laughing at you, but we love it. We love it. You know, I love it. Hold on, let me put the. Wait, James, do you have? Fuck it. It doesn't matter.
What's up?
No, it's okay.
Questions?
It doesn't matter. But no, just how do you feel though? Like it's finally out. Like, are your emotions culminating? Are you overflowing at the seams?
Yeah. I guess. I'm just like kind of thinking about the next thing now. But
I know, same dude, same. And when it came out, I had to rely on everybody else being excited to really push me through it because I was just like, well, it's been out for me for about a month. I've had the
Yeah.
masters for a little bit now.
Yeah, now it's just sending it to the right people and doing the work.
That's right. He really loves it, people. I promise. Despite the level of enthusiasm,
He's
you might
just
detect.
tired because of how much work he had to put into it.
Exactly. James says you're tired because of all the work, and he's right. I'm sure.
Hey,
I'm
God
sure. There's a
rested
little bit
on the
of fatigue.
7th day.
James is fucking hilarious. I tried to call Emilio a few times, but he keeps flaking on us, saying, "Oh, I got you in 10. Oh, I got you in 5." So we'll see if he makes this recording. But we're glad you did.
I
We're
didn't
glad.
realize you were still on.
Not me neither. Well, we started late because of somebody.
Oh,
Yeah.
me,
Uh-oh,
huh?
he's getting an attitude.
Me,
Uh-oh.
sir?
No, I
We
know.
were
My
ready
bad,
at
bro.
3:30.
I know I'm late. We're supposed to meet up and make music because, like Alex said, he's already focused on the next thing, and so am I. So we've got more things coming. We're also previewing the film a little bit, so they got a little sneak peek of that. But
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Cool.
All right, I'll hit you after this, man. I'm sorry
All
we're
right.
late, but I'll hit you after. We're almost
All
done.
right, peace.
Peace. Alexandre Henri, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out at
Yeah.
Sure Fine Okay on the gram. He's the angelic singer on. Oh my God! It's funny you mentioned No More because I sent it to some girl and she was like, "The guy who starts singing on No More kind of sounds like Ice JJ Fish."
Whoa. Oh, that's a big hit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I died. I didn't know how to respond. It's just, yeah, I guess. But, I mean, we're leaving it, so.
Hey, he's got fans. Some people like him.
Yeah, exactly, right? It appeals to somebody. But I was like, oh, nah, like, you know, it's supposed to be part of it. He's crooning because the song, all the messaging, is supposed to be, like, really heartbreaking, cracky. She's like, yeah, but the voice was really taking away from the message. All I could hear was the bad cracking.
Oh God.
I was just like, okay, I guess so. But you've already said you like No More. There was another person, Fook, who did the cover. Shout out to
Hey.
Fook. At
Yeah,
Luke
shout out to
Warm.
Fook.
That's Warm with a 6 instead of an A. So Luke W6RM. He was saying that he liked the emotional ones too, No More and Red Wine. A lot of people have been liking Red Wine. A lot of people have been liking
Tune, yeah.
Rafters and Crimea. So those have been the standouts so far. A couple Skip to My Lose. And
Couple.
a couple Cynthia's. A couple animes, actually. Pretty surprised, dude.
I'm not gonna
Pretty
lie.
surprised.
For the longest, I thought you were saying anime, like the genre.
Like the style, yeah.
Yes.
That's what
Not-
I originally pitched the idea as when we were just there, like fucking around. The beat was on, and I was like, "Yo, this sounds like it could be an anime fight." I was just like, "Anime, anime," right? And that's just how it started. And then that's became anime, and it just became Chiquita, because we're simps.
Yep.
So every idea becomes a
Anime
girl.
and Simps are kind of in the same Venn diagram.
There we go.
You know.
Oh,
Like,
are they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Shout out to the waifus. You know, of course.
Waifu.
That is a classic simp move. Is even having a waifu is simp as
Even
fuck.
knowing what a waifu is.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very niche portion of people that are probably gonna know what we're talking about right now. But y'all know. Shout out to y'all, and you know
Yeah.
that we're cool.
They're just in their rooms like, yeah.
Yeah, woo! Podcast
Waifus.
talking about anime. Yeah, we'll do that one day. We'll have an anime episode, and
Hey, we
we'll
can
break
now,
some
yeah.
shit down. So if something cool happens, we can now. I couldn't with Emilio. Yeah, not really. We'll do it on the TOD show. Shout out to the TOD show also because there is a ETA interview coming out next week, like with me, Alexandre Henri, and Emilio, the producer. James was there. He filmed it. He probably said something at some point. You know how he likes to talk. But
I like jumping in.
the TOD show is coming up though, and like there are a Dreamer episode with Dreamer who's been on this podcast, and I've already mentioned will be on. Oh shit, we're getting an answer from the backbone of ETA himself, Mr. Emil. Is this Emil the producer? It used to be. What is he now? The artist
Turn it up,
formerly
turn
known
it up.
as? Oh wait, hold on. I gotta put you on speaker. There we
Oh my
go.
god, is this Rabbit Hole session?
Yeah,
Hey,
hi.
oh my
Emil the
God.
producer. You're live on Rabbit Hole Sessions.
Oh my God.
What's up, bro?
Is this Tyler on demand from the Rabbit Hole sessions?
There's no the. There's
Yeah, get it right,
the.
man.
Whatever.
Get that out of here. James is here too. He
Was,
can hear you, but I don't think you can hear him because my
I hear
headphones are in,
everything.
and we have to do a shitty Zoom pod. But we wanted to at least get you to weigh in because we were talking about the album, just talking about the release, and was reacting to it, and just wanted to see how you're feeling, how the feedback has been, all that shit.
James, Emilio, how's it going? I know y'all can't hear me, but what's up?
Oh, we're
he
good.
doesn't
We're
know.
big chilling. You know,
Yeah.
me and Emilio both here.
I don't know
Vibing.
what.
You don't know that? Oh yeah, we made the announcement earlier, but Emilio is no longer part of the show. But James is here.
Yes, sir.
Well, hi Emilio anyway, and hi James.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's good.
No, it's been fun. I've been sending it out to some people. People have been telling me some great stuff. It's been a blast. It was a blast making it. I'm actually also in a rush because I had to go hop on a different call.
Oh, no worries. Miss Busy Man, yo, he's getting
Yeah,
phone calls
yeah.
already. He's already, look, that's how good SMS
That's how
is.
the industry works, man.
Y'all all stay healthy.
You too, man.
You
Thank
too,
you.
hey,
We'll talk
yeah.
soon, all right?
For sure.
Peace, brother. So there we go. There we have it. We got all of ETA to weigh in. I told you he's going Hollywood. I told you. He's going to be the first industry guy of the three of us. I'm calling it. People love those crate digger kind of engineers. And I said crate digger. I just need to make that clear.
I don't know what that
sound-
means. Can you define
Like
that?
someone who, like back in the day, it would be someone who would dig through crates of records, like to find the good samples or to find
Oh,
the good
nice.
music,
Okay,
like the
nice.
back of the record store that
Yeah, it
nobody
makes sense.
knows about. Nowadays, that's just like going on YouTube wormholes and
Yeah.
like you know going to videos that have 100 views and shit.
That's what the
which is-
industry likes. You just scrolling through YouTube.
I meant in terms of knowing what you're doing and having the know-how, you know, like actually being into the, because that's where they get
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
fucking old school samples and shit, all those loops. Clear your
you
samples,
gotta hunt
people.
for those, yeah.
I know. Fuck that though. I'd rather just make them. Shout out to Splice and the free loop libraries out there. All right, Jimmy Jams. I have to run too. So is there anything that you want to close out with for the people?
Happy holidays, man.
I agree.
And enjoy yourself. Take some time to celebrate something.
Don't eat any turkey.
Yeah.
We're not celebrating that.
turkey.
We're celebrating the end of all turkey. That's what's really going on. All right.
How have they
The
not
end
been
of
wiped out
turkey.
yet?
For real, they're such stupid animals. How are
Yeah.
they not on the dodo bird route?
Maybe if we stop pardoning one a
That's
year.
right.
we'd get
What
rid
if
of
we're
them.
the only things keeping turkey alive because we just breed them to be pardoned, and then there's just all these excess? Fuck that. Let's end the turkey industry. That's the first step to shutting down. Listen, vegetarians out there, vegans, everyone
fuck
that
with
wants,
it. They're
everyone
on
that
our
wants to
side.
shut down the meat industry, let's start with turkey. I
They're
guarantee.
with us. We're with you.
you. Meat eaters will be on your side. You
Shut
know?
it down.
Shut it down. Stop the count.
It's time.
Fuck them all. Yeah, I agree. Just cut the heads off. Because you're never going to get meat eaters on your side by saying, oh, stop all meat. You're a piece of shit. Start one at a time. It's all about messaging. Go with turkey, then say duck, then, everything that
Once
we
you
don't
start
care about.
eliminating the outliers, then people will get tired of the ones that they have.
Exactly.
If it's only cow, nobody's going to want to eat just cow.
Whoa, there's no option, no variety. Look, we're so right.
Get rid of it.
Look, we just made vegetarian and vegan game plan for the next 10 years. I hope y'all took notes because we aren't. This is going to be lost in the annals of our episodes, so y'all better take note. All right, y'all. This has been another episode of Rabbit Hole Sessions from James from T.O. Dodd.
Yep.
Dodd? I don't know who
Whoa.
that is. T.O. Dodd.
T.O. Dodd.
This is me, Tyler On Demand. Check out SMS. Link will be with this. And thank y'all. We'll see you next episode. I think we
Peace.
did a good job, you and I, James.
Hey, thanks. I think
Shout
we
out to
did
Emil,
all right.
Ilio, and Alex, and Emil. Okay, get out. We're gone.